Ghost Guys 13, welcome back to my channel. So we last off we found out that Keiji, that the victim video me and now saw was real, and Megumi Sasahara, the woman named Megumi Sasahara was his boss, and accidentally left her die, which I could say, so he kind of has the same deal as Kana had, because Kana left her sister there to die. We also found out, we also picked the 4 people that are voted for the final vote, but haven't picked the sacrifice yet, and those people being now Kyutaro, Keiji, and Kana. Now we're now we're continuing from there, and let's begin. There are 4 tradesmen in total. That ain't that many. Honestly, it's all a mess in my head. Glad we're not given more time to sort out.
By the way, I've been coming here the whole way. Didn't get traded with even once. My heart was pounding when I got past the bad card. But I rolled didn't change up to the very end. I made it through all 5 trades.
That's the answer.
I made it through all 5 trades. Uncle Gorilla, that's wrong. Objection!
I'm sorry, I had to. Whenever someone says that's wrong, I'm gonna just say objection. What?
There are 5 trades.
5? Wait, by my memory, there were 3. Then I heard there was one just before the main game. I get it, you misunderstood, Kyutaro. There were 2 trades while you were out. What? That don't make no sense.
That's our line.
Sorry, but nobody's given me an explanation. True. Well, that's on us. There you go. Hey, Kyutaro, when was it that you passed Sarah the sacrifice card? Actually, did you have the sacrifice card from the start? Nah, that ain't it. The first card I had was the commoner. I get it. Then tell me most of the trade. That tells me most of the trade.
What? I don't have a clue. Why is that?
Because your friendly policeman made the first trade. For real? Who did you trade with? I gave Sarah the keymaster. Eh? Then what card did Sarah start with? I won't say. That's funny. I first as a commoner.
You trade keymaster for commoner?
And I deepened our trust doing it. Let's do a little sort out. In the first trade, I passed the keymaster into Sarah's hands. Second trade, someone sacrificing Kyutaro's commoner. Exactly. Someone was swapped with Kyutaro's commoner. And third trade, Sarah's keymaster and Kyutaro's sacrifice were swapped. Yep, that's what it means.
What's a gorilla? Tell us everything you know.
We're gonna have you tell us all the details of the third trade. He's gotta have some part of that. I know, he was very suspicious when we mentioned the other greenhead.
At the time of the third trade, I was searching the forest floor alone, so I want to know the situation.
Third trade happened while everyone was sharing the laptop. These trades, I better keep them sorted out in my head too. You can now use sort out something trades. Okay, this is cool. Okay, let's get this all straight. The top row of this table is what the cards everyone has to start with. Those further to the right have more tokens to spend in the broad at least. Oh, I didn't realize that actually. And the next row is what cards everyone has after the first trade. Below this, after the second and third trade, and so on and so forth. The bottom row is after the 5th trade, in other words, the rolls they ended up with. Of course, all guesswork. I'll rework if I get new information pops up. Taro, why aren't you talking?
At the time of the third floor, I was searching the first floor alone. I was not doing all this stuff by myself. I wanted to see the laptop.
What stuff did you do?
Not relevant right now.
I hid in the corner and hid. I hide. The third trade happened while everyone was sharing the laptop. I was worried because you were acting strange, Sarah. So think you betrayed the sacrifice. Damn, Kyutaro, you're gonna make that trade on the spot, then I'll act all innocent. Huh, something strange here. Oh. Ah, why won't you deny it, Kyutaro? What? I mean, you need to ring a box to trade. If he used it on the spot, shouldn't you have seen him do it? What could he be hiding? Be as silent as you want, it's no use. I spit it all out, Kyutaro. Well, I mean to cooperate with Sarah with everyone. But I got used for convenience. I'm a pathetic adult. The jury trained my sacrifice being sent to Sarah. It wasn't me, it was Sosuke. Called it. What? I don't know what you're talking about. So new, he knew I had the sacrifice. What? When everybody was sharing the laptop, So wasn't going to use the toilet. He went up to a ring-up box to trade my sacrifice with Sarah's keymaster. Don't know a thing about that. Wait a second, he chose 2 other people and made them trade. You could do that? It must be possible. So you can say that with the confidence. So, isn't it about time you confess? Oh. Tell us the real reason for sharing the laptop. Such a deeply suspicious individual, Keiji. The discussion is stuck in equilibrium. Failing to come to an argument. How about I hear the truth from your mouth? About that. Between the statements, these 2, I should either affirm correct ones or deny incorrect ones. Kyutaro couldn't do the first trade. I was on the toilet, so I couldn't either. Exactly, because he was with us. The question is, how do you know the sacrifice? She's just rolling on with the assumption that I knew, huh? Precisely, you saw it directly. Kyutaro's intent was to negotiate with So. And in the condition for his trade, he showed So his sacrifice card. It's natural to think that. Such an act of imagination, Miss Sarah. How about I use that imagination to consider what their negotiation was like? No, negotiating through a door is just strange. Think about Mr. Police's feelings. I didn't mean to imply you, Keiji! Get a room, you two! I'm being dead serious here. See, yes, even So's already recognized that fact. Aha, that's right. How did So react to Kyutaro's proposition? That was really funny. He must have like... No, I'm sure So was on guard. Kyutaro had taken the laptop from him once before. So wouldn't let him in the room, no questions asked. Then did he make the trade through the door? How amusing, I just thought of a way. That's exactly it. That's what Kyutaro did to propose his idea. As a deal. So must have been fairly wary of Kyutaro, who could best him using force. So Kyutaro informed him that he was to sacrifice in advance. Not vocally, but by showing him his tablet. So you had yet another objective on top of the tokens in the Sarah's folder. To control the sacrifice as you wanted. You got it. After the second trade, me and Kana were working on an escape plan. Then I heard Kyutaro through the door says want to make a deal. I didn't care to listen, but he slid his laptop under the door. And there I saw it, sacrifice. How brave of him to go as far as offering up info just so I'd share the laptop. What do you know? Sarah, you saw the first 4 security footage, right? Yeah. What he said before in the last episode, he said it was all a puppet show. Yeah, I don't think that's the case. It's legit. I think it was legit. Well, it's the truth. I haven't discussed my first trial, have I? It was one absurd trial, I tell you. They told me you set up the props used for the death game. Then it's true, you set up the cards. Yes, of course, I didn't know what they meant yet. Once I found out, I knew Kai's fate was set. It's like I killed him. Kai took the sage I just placed at random. That's why I at least wanted to get Kai's laptop back one more time to make redemption. Aw, poor girl. Poor Kyutaro. Such an emotional story. So that's why I drove you to give me a whole 100 tokens.
100?
No shit, that's enough for 2 trades. But you left yourself enough for just 1 trade. How cunning, pretending to risk your life but not forgetting to protect yourself. What a dirty adult you are. Say again. All told, you left yourself an escape route. If you were in a pickle, you could pass the sacrifice away from yourself. That's why I decided to act first and send the sacrifice to someone else. To Miss Sarah, always thinking of her allies. Screw you. Is that the truth of the third trade? I was hopeful it would make you take off your sheep's clothing. Why does he do this all to me? But you went above and beyond my expectations. Eh? Fourth trade was you, wasn't it, Miss Sarah? What are you talking about? I mean, sacrifice is what killed Joe, yes? I didn't do the trade. Your guess is off the mark there. I didn't do any trades. In fact, I couldn't. Someone stole my wallet. That's a poor excuse.
Quiet, Lawyer! I was what makes this Sarah for the fourth trade.
So was I. Sarah didn't do any trade then. Well, then it must be an ally who did it for her. Keiji, you took the sacrifice from Sarah, did you? What? What's the meaning of this? It's really very simple. The two of them were accomplices. Oh, come on, that's funny. Ahem. As Sarah and Keiji forged a terrifying plan involving the sacrifice. No, Keiji just wants to die. To achieve victory in the main game by the way of said sacrifice. They schemed by working together to have Keiji win the vote. I suspect the fifth trade that followed was Miss Sarah and Keiji making a vote. They picked two random commoners to have trade. Then the sacrifice is Keiji. That's all wild fabrication. I mean, the sacrifice I had was taken away by the fifth trade. So spreading nonsense and led everyone to by the nose. My reasoning is correct. Keiji is the seeker. The sage is Miss Now, perhaps. I'm the sage? Yes, so it may well be fine to have Miss Now die this time. Wait a second. At the time you said you were the sacrifice. Yet that was a lie, I'm a commoner. No way, then wouldn't you be in the same boat as me? I see. Guess choosing anyone but Keiji is the same in the end. Then let's vote for Kanda since she's the least valuable. Wow! So, enough. Here are the friendly policeman's reports. I long since used up all my tokens. Haha, you just want me to believe that, right? So, you were just dying to say it ended up being the sacrifice, aren't you? Unfortunately, I'm the keymaster. Huh? What are you saying? The keymaster's Gyutaro, though. Looks like we got him, I'm good? My real role is sage. Gyutaro's a sage? Ridiculous, that's impossible. It's possible, alright, and as sage, I'm making an announcement. Keiji without a doubt is the keymaster. It can't be true, that's all. You were on the right track to think accomplices, but it wasn't Sarah I teamed up, it was Gyutaro. Let's tell the truth of the fourth trade, shall we? The trade between you, Mr. Policeman, and Gyutaro. First, when So betrayed me with the sacrifice, I went stomping hopping around in a rage. When I heard what happened, I proposed to Gyutaro that we team up. And so, with the fourth trade, Keiji and Gyutaro cards got traded.
The fourth trade sure ended up punishing the loaner.
Hold on, Gyutaro, weren't you passed out during the fourth trade? Actually, that's a good point. Oh, the trade! First, when So betrayed me with the sacrifice, I went stomping around in rage. Seeing you acting funny, Sarah, I was convinced the sacrifice was to you. I wouldn't let it stand. I decided to knock I'm down and take my tokens back. Take my tokens back. Keiji noticed me and then came to talk. He persuaded me to give it up, didn't know what So was thinking after all. And so I trusted Keiji and had him take custody of all my remaining tokens. All of them. Hold on, Gyutaro, weren't you passed out during the fourth trade? I mean, Keiji could do the trade himself, but Eric, is he panicking? It hasn't worked out his logic. Well, when I learned about the sacrifice, since I proposed to Gyutaro that we team up. That said, when I first spotted him, I just pacified him, since he was pissed. But I ended up talking with Gyutaro as we thought about things over. In the fourth trade, I traded my card with Gyutaro's keymaster. But actually, I went and did this trade myself while Gyutaro was passed out. Since Gyutaro figured it out during the main game, was able to put the story together. It's all owing to the power of that card. Even my noticing of Gyutaro's keymaster. And so the fourth trade, Keiji and Gyutaro cards got traded. God, I'm getting confused. Aren't we all? That fourth trade sure ended up punishing the loaner.
sure Mr. Policeman was just burning with desire to see justice carried out. He used the whole 50 tokens to trade cards with Missile Gorilla just to defeat the loner. Huh? Poor Mr. Policeman said that he didn't have any token at the fourth trade, right? Then he couldn't have traded. You gave him all of your tokens?
Sure did. And it seems like that was landing way outside Joe's ballpark. Hey! Because he's a baseball player. Shut up. Running out of the way, are we? I still got doubts. I can't be convinced with just that. Dog, Keiji, why were you able to know about Kyutaro having the Keymaster? This is the only way to do that during the giving game with the Sage's power of clairvoyance. So you still don't know. Okay, Ducky, let's resume the discussion. I'll distract your statement from so I'll just have to keep it. Seeing though to who the Keymaster isn't the only way to do that during the main game with the Sage's power of clairvoyance. Eric. Ah, there it is. This is a really weird situation, but the power of that card, you don't mean you were the Sage from the beginning and you just lied. Yeah, Sage clairvoyance. The Sage could use clairvoyance even outside of the main game. That's what the tablets are for. You intentionally didn't mention it. Unraveled all the mysteries now. That should prove it. Mr. Policeman used clairvoyance to see Kyutaro's Keymaster. Then I made the 4 trade to swap Kyutaro's Keymaster and my Sage. And now there isn't even a need to discuss if I try it anymore. Because since of my victory earlier, you confessed I'm a commoner. Any other questions? No, there's something odd about Keiji's story. It'll become clear if I look back at the trades so far. The card I had first was a commoner and Keiji was the Keymaster. And in the first trade, the Keymaster was sent to me and my commoner to Keiji. He lied about that. Next, the second trade. The sacrifice went to Kyutaro and his commoner went to someone else. Then the third trade, sacrifice to me and Keymaster to Kyutaro. Then who gave me the Keymaster? The fourth Sage and the Keymaster. Where did he get the Sage? That's right, the Sage is out of place. Keiji should have been commoner the whole time. So did Keiji have the Sage at the time of the fourth trade? That makes me... Keiji wasn't... Keiji's first card being the Keymaster that was a lie. Then who had the Keymaster? Those clairvoyants let us see who had the Keymaster from the beginning. Which is why in the first trade he could make me into the person with the Keymaster trade. But if he did that, has he been lying to me this whole time? Are you really going to vote for So? No. Something's not right. We should discuss this a little more. Be stupid. You're a candidate now. If this discussion leads to you getting picked, I'm afraid too, but I just get this weird feeling. Are we sure So is really a commoner that Keiji is the Keymaster? No. You're exactly right. There's still mysteries remaining. In the fifth trade, why is So a trade for the sacrifice I had? And the other party was a commoner. This isn't a problem we can ignore.
Yeah! This big trade, we should talk about it, so...
By a chance you picked the sacrifice, we're done for, you know. We shouldn't need any more discussion. Keiji! Taking a bold conclusion is just gonna make us more lost. It's your turn to die, So. That's how it'll end. No! We can't do that, Keiji. As long as we have time, we should seek the truth. Alright. Let's do this. We'll discuss the roles of the 4 who are in the final vote. There's someone who moved Sarah's sacrifice via the fifth trait. If Keiji's the Keymaster, So or now should be the sacrifice, right?
Is the loner really a commoner? Should we believe that?
Alright, so was convinced the whole time that Sarah traded away the sacrifice. Was Kana or now which of them would have the sacrifice? I don't believe it. Keiji and Kyutaro are lying. Was convinced the whole time that Sarah traded away the sacrifice. That to say So fell for Keiji's trick. The location of the sacrifice or any cards he doesn't know one lick but the truth. He stole my tablet when he knocked me out. Maybe he could have learned my card. But I kept it on me all the time to avoid being touched. So I didn't have chances on Flory because he's a commoner. His tablet, huh? Yeah, about that. Nope! You don't have it. Tara, you said you had your tablet on you at all times, yes? Yeah, take a look. It's right here. And when you woke up, what was it? On the table in the Last Supper room? On the table.
I call that thing off!
As I thought, that tablet Kitaro now has a spare. This tablet I picked up was lying near you when you were passed out. What'd you say? I would assume this is Kitaro's original tablet. The question is, why was it lying on the floor? Kitaro was so sleepy he threw it out. Sleeping and fainting are the same thing. Settle down, let's think this over. One major possibility. It's because So took the tablet from Kitaro. What?
But they locked my fingerprints!
Sure, but while near him, he could bypass that and simply pressing the fainting Kitaro's finger to it, and so you arrived to an outrageous truth. What do you mean by that? Depending on the way So looked at the tablet, you might have seen through our entire strategy. What? The worst time for it would have been after the fourth trade. That's when Kitaro had the sage and I had the keymaster. If he saw the tablet, he could use Kitaro's sage power to also know I was the keymaster. So has So just been acting cold? Shoot, you got me. Or not. Wondering if I'm acting right now, or maybe I'm telling the truth.
So!
Not good. Now there's a possibility that So has to sacrifice. Gosh, as it stands, there's no way we could vote for So. But that doesn't mean we can't just vote for Kana or Now either. Let's resume the discussion, guys. We'll discuss who is safe to vote for. We gotta find the one with the least chance of having the sacrifice. So is an absolute no-go. He's most likely to pull this kind of trick.
But between Bucket Girl and Big Sis Now, is there really any difference?
We need a certain amount of tokens to trade the sacrifice from Sarah to.
And between Bucket Girl and Big Sis Now, is there really any difference? All I can think of is tokens. Bucket Girl has a lot, and Big Sis Now only had a little. What do we even do?
Tokens. You need a certain amount of tokens to trade the sacrifice from Sarah in the fifth trade. If you consider the token amount, you'll get your answer. Like Jin said, Now had hardly had any tokens. Certainly, she could have been the one to take the sacrifice of Sarah. That is now the one who's least with the least likelihood. Wait, please. This isn't right.
Big Sis Now?
Least likelihood? Are you going to kill me with such a vague reasoning? Please, have another discussion. You're right, we can't end the discussion. What are you saying? I just remember something. There was a way anyone could get tokens. Sarah, you know it too, don't you? By stealing tokens from Alice's body. I knew you could do it.
Big Sis Now wouldn't do such a thing.
But it's true, when I went to go check the body, the tokens were already gone. And Now was closely inspecting the room of lies. Nah, it ain't just Now who could have done it. Couldn't any of us gotten those tokens? In other words, everyone has potential to possess a sacrifice. It all ends with a game of trust. Then the last action is going to be key. What were each of us doing at the time of the first trade?
As in?
Just before the main game started. Hoping to find the sacrifice. We had to determine based on So, Connor, and Now's actions at the time of the fifth trade. I was sitting on the stairs thinking back on everything that had happened. I was on the laptop in this window room the whole time. Will you believe that? Kinda wasn't really doing anything, just wandering aimlessly. Did anybody see what they were doing? I was now on the stairs for most of the time.
I was searching all by myself to see if there was any other exits.
Kana wasn't really doing anything, just wandering aimlessly. Kana, why aren't you speaking? Sarah, and are you hiding something? And come to think of it, I feel like you were the only one I didn't see her out then. Really, where were you? I mean, I was looking for something I dropped. You dropped.
I was searching all by myself to see if there were any other exits. I didn't see any those three. Didn't see about those three. Sorry.
Think of it. Did you tell me you found something while searching?
Yeah? Oh yeah! There was a smartphone on the stairs!
What?
But it wouldn't even make calls. It was useless for escape.
Kana, was it a smartphone you lost? How did you know? Sure enough. I bet the safe spot for the valid cause for his trial group. Jane, tell me where'd you pick that up?
It was the way down the stairs.
Besides, she might have still just dropped it while we were all climbing the stairs early. Are you protecting Kata? Are you protecting Kata so? Me stick up for Kata. Think back for me. When we were climbing the stairs, So and Kata were walking in front. If she had dropped the phone, then everybody would have noticed. In short, this was only dropped after we all climbed up to the exit. Kata dropped it while descending the stairs. Descend for? Why did you try to hide this, Kana? Because.
Big sister, there's a message on this phone.
Right, that's what Kata's sister. Thank you. I love you, sister. Now it's Kata's to protect her big sister because that's now Kata to the tone. Oh. This. Please, give that back. Hold on, did you write this, Kana? Kana's big sister is already dead. Could she be your sister referring to his messages? No way. Surely not. Is that right, Kana? Your sister here is me. Yes. I know it's strange. To Kana, you're... And so you want to save Sarah that much. Yes. Hey, Kana. Looks like you could trade Sarah's sacrifice to avoid using the ring-up box. The winners from you return to their trade. Hey, hang on. Hey now, you're talking like Kana's... Are you saying she took the sacrifice to protect Sarah? That's so... It's inconceivable. No, I don't want to conceive of it. Deny it, Kana. What a worthless reasoning. It's all a load of... No, it's all correct. You idiot, don't say anything. Kana did the fit trade. She won't hide the truth anymore. Kana? Kana did it? She really did it to protect me. She took the sacrifice for herself. This is just the worst outcome. A self-sacrifice, Kana? So, you caught on at some point, didn't you? That's why you were trying to move the votes towards Kana. Shut up. As there was no other way for Kana to survive. Please wait. Will you listen carefully to what Kana has to say? With the fifth trade, Kana switched her card into Sarah's. I'm going to end the episode. I hope you enjoyed. This is Ghost Gods 13, signing off.